is the main event of the evening. It is for the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. It is set for one fall with a 1 hour time limit. Introducing the challenger in the corner to my left from New York City, 251 pounds. Good night, Irene, Adrian Adonis. Wrestling fans, his opponent this evening, hailing from Princeton, Minnesota, weighing 239 pounds. He is the current World Wrestling Federation champion, Bob Backlund.
Another one.
I was fantastic, wasn't I? What do you think of my beautiful British flag?
I think it is certainly interesting.
I was very disappointed everybody didn't stand up and salute when I walked in, you understand?
Don't wait.
I mean, you understand these people are ex-colonials, you know? They should still have respect for the people who sort of put them where they are now.
Yes.
Saved them from the French, you understand? And then they sort of kind of turn around on us, but, you know, we forget about that. As long as they still pay their tax. On the tea they owe us from a Boston Tea Party. But never mind about that.
Please.
I am more interested in this Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas he is the epitome of American manhood. Well, everything I said in the first place just goes to show. I mean, if he represents America, as far as manhood is concerned, I've got more manhood in my little finger than Randy Savage has got in his whole body.
Well, you're going to find out why they call him Macho Man. He's pure athlete, and
why
when
is
you
he going to
meet
be so butch? Pure athlete, yes, I've seen him. He's got one of those weeder bodies.
Yeah.
One of those weeder type bodies. I train with Richard Simmons myself, and I will show him the brains are far more, you understand?
Yeah.
The brain is mightier than brawn.
You bear that thought in mind when you look across the ring at the Macho Man. Okay.
Well, hey, listen, I'll tell you something. I'm not looking forward to him as far as being cute is concerned. I mean, if he was hung for being cute, the poor boy would die innocent.
Okay, Adrian Street and Miss Linda. Yeah, you make a lot of comments about the Macho Man. I want to see that.
Backbone Wrestling Network, welcome to the Hands of Z 25.5, our infamous 0.5 episodes that I know one Keithyhausen, as his name says on the name thing right now. I know you love these 0.5 episodes, Keith.
I do, because it gives us a chance to watch some other stuff other than the namesakes of our podcast. But yeah, we still love it, and we have a couple of doozies up for this episode today.
I think we have doozies, but I also think you and I might agree to disagree on both these matches based on what I read in the chat, but we'll see. Because I think one of these matches is one of the absolute biggest pieces of shit I have ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
My entire life. Maybe top 5 worst match I've ever watched.
Oh, come on.
I mean, it's par for the course based on your favorite guy being in it, but remember, hey, yeah, so we'll talk about that when we get to the end. All right, so this episode, see, I already made Keith mad. See, I'm not trying to make you mad. We just recorded a Hands of Z, and I was very nice, and now I just shifted.
Okay, move along.
All right, see, he doesn't want to argue with me yet. We'll wait.
No, I don't want to. Well, what are we going to argue about? Are we going to argue about? Okay, when do you want to start arguing? We can argue because
we'll start arguing. I'm sure after the first match we'll argue based on my take versus your take.
Right,
this could be a shit take episode, probably. I would imagine
this is a shit take episode of Hands of Z. That's for sure.
All right, so this episode is called Yo Adrian. You know, we title all of these. You know, yes. No, we're not talking about Rocky's ugly wife. We're not talking about her. We're not talking about the librarian. We're not talking about her with her beehive glasses and the original Rocky. We're not talking about her brother. We're not talking about Mickey.
How dare you?
We are talking about wrestlers, obviously named Adrian. Yeah. And so tonight, who we picked to talk about was one, Adrian Adonis, who we've covered on another 4.5 episode, but it was when we did the Midnight Rockers tag team match with him and Orton.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one was Adrian Street, who is very infamous from the heyday, kind of like a 70s, 80s version of Gorgeous George gimmick, right? With Miss Linda, his famous. So we picked 2 matches from each of them. So we're going to jump right into it. So the first match that we picked,
yes,
I picked both, because one of them I picked for you personally based on your favorite wrestler.
Thank you.
This one I picked because I have always liked the early 80s Adrian Adonis. Like, he was in a good tag team with Jesse Ventura in the AWA. I love his tag team with Dick Murdoch. That team is so underrated.
Mm-hmm.
But he also had a pretty good singles run and a pretty good feud with one Bob Backlund in 1982. So this match is Adrian Adonis versus Bob Backlund, March 20th, 1982, from the Spectrum in Philadelphia. Now, before I get into some of the background of what's been going on here, let me run down the rest of the card for you.
Please.
Of this. All right. Televised on the Prism Network, as always. Johnny Rodz fought Davey O'Hannon to a draw. Don't know who that is. Steve Travis defeated Jose Estrada. Ivan Putski defeated Mr. Fuji. Violet McIntyre and Princess Victoria. It doesn't say who won, but it says versus Wendy Richter and the Fabulous Moolah in 1982.
Oh, wow. Okay.
WWF Intercontinental Champion Pedro Morales defeated Greg Valentine.
Nice.
Jesse the Body Ventura defeated Tony Gurria.
Oh, yeah.
Rick Martel fought Mr. Saito to a double DQ.
Oh.
And S.D. Jones defeated Charlie Fulton. That was the rest of the card.
Wow.
So a little bit on the match. What makes this match interesting for me is how much of a fighting champion Backlund was. So back then, just let me tell you, like in the 2 months in this time frame, he was defending the title against Greg Valentine, Killer Khan, Jesse Ventura, Adrian Adonis, Blackjack Mulligan, Bob Orton, and Mr. Saito. Like, he had different challengers in different markets.
Yeah.
And by the way, you're not a Bob Backlund fan, right? Like, he was traveling all over the place, defending the title against some big dudes. And he was a fighting champion. And you made the comment in our chat that you can't stand Bob Backlund.
All right.
Tell me why.
Here's the thing. Backlund's, when he kind of had his like snap promo work and his first run, because, a lot of times when he did his promo work, he was very calm and very reserved.
This is his first run.
Right. But I'm not talking about when he comes back in the 90s. I'm talking about like this. But like, when he would kind of like snap and start like getting all animated and he actually had a hell of a personality and it would come out. And I liked that. I also, I loved his run in the 90s. And even when he came back originally as a babyface and, he has the run in the Rumble there. And then obviously his run with Brett was great. And I thought that his character work is great, considering that and I like his style of wrestling in the sense that it's mat based. It's not very flashy. It's kind of just like ground attack and everything like that. But his matches are fairly boring. Everything I've watched.
You are fucking crazy.
Okay, whatever. But see, this is what I'm saying is like, it's a different flavor, because I just find him to be a boring kind of guy. Like, this match
in ring, this guy is amazing.
Okay, well, this match is the drizzling shits. I'm sorry.
You were wrong, because the other match we're going to talk about is drizzling shits. This one is not.
If you want to say so, okay. But like, this is just one of these. Okay.
All right. Stop. So let me talk about Adonis. We're getting to this. Adonis had just come over from the AWA. He was a tag team champion with that's Jesse the Body Ventura there. But he was also in the singles picture in the world title. We already talked about him with Dick Murdoch. And we all said that Adonis eventually would balloon up. Probably biggest mainstream ever was with Piper, right?
Yeah.
So I also like the biker Adrian Adonis, like that whole gimmick of the leather, the hat. So him up against Bob Backlund, who's not, like you said, he's not flashy. He wears a zip jacket and a towel around his neck. By the way, seeing him when he came into this match, Backlund, he reminded me of Ron Garvin. Like, no promo skills, just like the towel, he just reminds me of Ron Garvin in this intro a little bit.
Yeah, see, I can't, because Maybe WWF Ron Garvin, because having watched enough Garvin matches now, Garvin just looked like a guy that could fuck. You know,
I would have loved to see Backlund versus Garvin. I would love to see that.
And I bet you that Ron Garvin would have made Backlund look like a fucking hero, because, I mean, it's just, yeah.
Bob Backlund is actually a good wrestler.
I know he's a good wrestler. I'm not okay. I guess I'll have to go on an extensive Backlund run of watching his matches, because
do me a favor, only watch one match. You only need to watch one Backlund match for me.
I might have watched it. Which one?
Him versus Hulk Hogan for the WWF title.
Oh, is that back in like
it's
81?
It's 4-star match.
Is it 81 or is that?
Let's say it's 82 or 83. I can't. No, it might be 1980.
Yeah.
No, maybe. Yeah. But it's a 4-star match.
Okay.
So, all right. So, also Gary Michael Capetta as the ring announcer, which, you know, I'm used to NWA Capetta, not WWF Capetta, so that was kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
And then they are already talking about Adrian Adonis's finisher, the Goodnight Irene. So it's already a thing in the early 80s before it became a thing later on in life. So
sure.
All right. So the match starts with tie-ups, feeling out. Adrian is taking his time, a little stalling, a little testing the waters, while Backlund wastes no time when he does hook up. Those 2 arm drags he got on Adonis were very good. Look at you.
Sorry.
And then they send Adonis to this floor. The crowd's going nuts. They get back in the ring. Adonis gets a full Nelson. You didn't like the whole full Nelson exchange they did? Like how they got out, how they reversed. Like, you didn't like that whole thing? How could you not like how they went back and forth and what they did with the full Nelson spots?
Because it was too fucking long.
The full Nelson spots were not long. Well, not as long as as the rest of it.
All right, so let's go on.
All right, so we get the full Nelson stuff, which I liked. And so Backlund keeps working and suddenly reverses the full Nelson, whatever. So from here, it's all arm work city.
Whatever.
Adonis targets Backlund's arm relentlessly, flipping him into the turnbuckle, twisting, maintaining the hold through multiple reversals. Yep. Backlund tries to fight out with kicks to the face, forearms, and clever leverage, but Adonis keeps it locked in. At one point, Backlund hulks up, flips Adonis over his head, but Adrian keeps off balance, immediately going back to the arm. And this is what I'm saying. I know the arm work was long, but tell me how you can't say that the limb work they did in this and how they played it out was not good wrestling.
There's a difference between limb work and I wrote to you, we talked about this last episode. I was texting you. I went, dude, are you fucking kidding me with this Adonis match? There's a 10-minute plus wrist lock armbar segment.
But it wasn't just that. They were doing shit in that, is what I'm saying.
They're not, though. It's literally, he's got him on the... Oh, okay. So we're saying, all right, he puts him in a wrist lock. Backlund.
I'm sorry, it's not Macho Man Savage, who all he does is sell everything versus doing anything.
We're not talking about fucking Savage.
We will be in a minute.
You know what? I'm focusing on this fucking match that you asked me to watch. I'm telling you what I thought about this match.
This 3-star match.
Backlund picks him up and gives him a body slam, and he fucking keeps the goddamn wrist lock on.
That's part of the psychology of working a limb.
It's fucking, dude, come on. It was fucking, all right. You know what? You want to do an extended armbar program? Fine. Make it be 5 minutes long, not fucking 15
I love how
minutes
angry you
of a
are right
28-minute
now. It's great.
match.
That's great. I love how angry you are right now.
But it was fucking boring.
This match, no. So, all right, so let's get back to it.
This was literally the piss match of the
You know what I wrote? I wrote, this match is a clinic in limb-focused psychology.
Oh, my God. You know what? You and
Here, wait. I'm not done yet. We're not done with the match. Hold on.
I usually agree with you on limb work. We've had this discussion, but amongst our friends, we've had the argument, and I've gone to bat for you, and I've defended you on your love of limb work. This is fucking obnoxious.
I disagree. So anyway, they trade power moves, but they trade power moves too. Backlund does leapfrog, monkey flips.
Power moves? What fucking power move?
He does monkey flip. He leapfrogs. He lifts Adonis up. You're fucking nuts.
It is so fucking.
So the good news in that Adonis continued to dodge and maintain control.
Yep.
And then there's a lot of back and forth momentum. There's sunset flips. There's bulldogs. There's shoulder blocks. There's drop kicks. Adonis even crouches himself on the second rope when Backlund throws him across the ring.
I probably have to go back and rewatch this because I definitely fell asleep while watching this match.
Well, whether you believe it, I don't care what you think. The crowd is fully invested at this point. Backlund hits a pile driver, gets a 2 count. Adonis locks in a good night sleeper.
He hits him in a pile driver, and then he gets him in another wrist lock.
Yeah, Adonis locks in a goodnight Irene sleeper, and Backlund has to fight to the ropes to get out. The finish is
45
great.
minutes. He's got him in a fucking.
It was not. It was a 20-minute match. The finish is a great old school roll up out of the corner, and the crowd goes nuts. Backlund wins. He takes the majority of the punishment while Adonis argues his shoulder was down.
The one exciting thing that happens is the fucking backflip.
This match is full of strategy, strength, and pacing. Yes, it's heavy on arm work, but that's the story they were telling. Backlund was tested, muscled out. Adonis trying to wear him down. It could have been trimmed slightly, yes.
Yep.
But for classic WWF storytelling and in-rings for psychology and pure work rate from both men, I went 3 stars. 3 stars for me.
Yeah, I went 3 stories, as in I threw myself over a 3-story.
I went 3 stars. I am very disappointed. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed in you. You should have looked at this from a broader lens.
Yeah. You know, my favorite part of the match was at one point there was like the camera kind of tilted and it looked like it was doing like an MTV jams. Like it kind of turned. I was like, oh, even the cameraman fell asleep. The cameraman literally, because it was right after the pile drive thing, the cameraman literally had the camera on the mat and the pile driver made the camera fall over because the fucking cameraman was asleep on the side. Unbelievable.
This match is 3 stars, contrary to what
3.5 hour fucking good.
All right, well, let's talk about a truly bullshit match from here. This match absolutely sucks a fucking bag of dick. Here we go. Okay. You ready? So this is when Adrian Street taking on Keith's favorite wrestler, Macho Man Randy Savage, from January 28, 1985, Memphis.
First of all, start off right. We get the lovely Elizabeth Hewitt.
I haven't gotten there yet. Let me give the framework first.
Okay.
So this feud lasted 2 months.
Yeah.
This was their second match ever. The first one was on January 22nd, 1985. This one's on January 28th, 1985. Their last one was on March 11th. Street was in Memphis until June of 85. Then a month later, he started a long run in Continental. And then he was actually part of the Global Wrestling Federation launch in 91. He was in the final tournament for their world title, the one that used to be USWA.
Yep.
And then Street's last match ever in Memphis on 3/11 was over Tracy Smothers, just for historical value. Okay. Savage turned heel 7 days after his last match with Adrian Street. So they had their last one on 3/11. And then Savage turned heel 7 days later when he beat Lawler for the Southern title.
Wow.
And then he left on June 11th for WWF 11 days after losing a loser leaves town match to Lawler. So they had a 2-month feud. Then Savage basically turned heel. And that's what happened. All right. Would you like to know the rest of the card of this match?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
January 28th, 1985, Memphis. Mid-South Coliseum. 5,000 people, by the way, which is pretty good. Yeah. Tojo Yamamoto and Johnny Wilhoit beat Joe Lightfoot and Larry Hagger, very DQ. Johnny Wilhoit wrestled again, pinned Kevin Kelly, not our Kevin Kelly, but I think that might be the Kevin Kelly that became Nails, actually.
It is the Kevin Kelly that became Nails. Yeah.
Oh, this one. Sell out any arena in the country. Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff drew with Lanny Poffo at 20 minutes.
Oh, you know what? You know why Buck was in there?
No child predator, Buck Zumhoff.
You know why Buck was in there with Lanny, right?
Buck Epstein drew with Lanny Poffo.
I knew that Buck Zumhoff liked children, so I wrestled him so he could touch my penis.
You sound like Pete. Anyway, Plowboy Frazier beat Brad and Mark Batten in a handicap match. Steve Constance and Tim Ashley beat the Nightmares.
Oh, the Nightmares.
The Dirty White Boys beat the Terminators and Jimmy Hart via DQ in a handicap match.
Wow.
Jimmy Valiant beat Mid-America champ Mike Sharp via DQ.
Jesus, I didn't realize Tony Anthony had been around. Well, I guess 85 is not that long.
What about Jimmy Valiant versus Mike Sharp for Mid-America's title?
Fucking
I bet that's a shit,
man, baby.
Yeah. Southern champion Jerry Lawler, no contest with Eddie Gilbert in a Texas death match. As a result, the title was held up. Southern tag team champions, the Interns, went to a double DQ with the Fabulous Ones. This is a 10-match card. It's crazy.
I love that the match is Intern 1 and Intern 2.
I love that we got a 20-minute Buck Zumhoff, Lady Poffo draw.
And just for those who want to know, the Interns are basically the assassins. So
they are. Yeah. That is correct.
No, Buck Zumhoff and Larry, I mean, to a fucking draw.
20 minutes. 20 minutes.
And then, of course, fucking Gilbert. Did Gilbert ever beat Lawler? Actually,
several times.
Did
several
he?
times.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
Several times.
I have a feeling like that was one of those things.
It was several times. I mean, in late 80s, early 90s, they had a feud too. Like, that's the thing is, like, if you look at like Bill Dundee, Jimmy Valiant, Dutch Mantel, all these guys would wrestle Lawler in the mid 70s, late 80s, and then they'd be back. Like, they just constantly went back to him. So,
Okay.
All right. So here we are, Adrian Street versus Randy Savage. And apparently this is on a TV show called International All-Star Wrestling, who was hosted by one Miss Elizabeth, Liz Hewlett, who's doing the intro, and she's hyping up the program, saying great wrestling action. So she lied to me, and I was not happy. And so here we go. We jump right into the match. Savage is the face here. The crowd loves him. And Adrian Street as well. Adrian Street. Ponytails, gorgeous George vibes, full-on heel energy. All right, so this match is shit, straight from the belt. Street, and you always talk about Larry stalling. Fuck you with this shit. Here's why. Street immediately runs outside, hiding behind Miss Linda, while Savage stands on the top rope, trying to get the crowd hyped. 4 to 5 minutes later, before these two actually even touch each other, Savage wanders out into the audience, sits in a chair with a fan's hat, and takes a picture with a camera.
Fucking amazing. Puts a hat on.
That part was amazing because you don't see that side of Savage ever.
Puts
that
a hat on.
Puts
a hat on and everything.
It was good. It was good for a laugh. Meanwhile, Street is stalling, skipping around the ring and teasing Savage at every opportunity. Eventually, they hook up, and then just like normal, Savage gets his ass handed to him because he's always the seller, never the guy who actually beats people up.
Savage takes the little kid's camera, goes in the ring to take a picture of Street.
Yes, and then he gets his ass kicked the rest of the match. Street keeps Savage outside, kicks him in the head, drags him into the ropes, all while Miss Linda, this referee might have been worse than Tommy Young because Miss Linda interfered so much in this match, it wasn't even funny. She should have been in the match besides Adrian Street because she got more offense than anything. At one point, Street has Savage wrapped up in the ropes. Linda is choking him, and the referee is completely oblivious. When Savage finally fights back, we see his Macho Man punches, his kicks, a couple of tilt-a-world spots, but Street keeps interfering and stalling. There's a terrible attempted splash covered by Street. What the fuck was that splash? That was fucking awesome. He runs across the ring and he falls on top of him like he tripped. A bunch of sloppy punches. Street barely connects with Savage on anything. Nothing. Eventually, both men end up outside the ring. Chaos ensues. Tables get involved, and Miss Linda keeps taking bumps to the finish. Both wrestlers are counted out in a double count out. No clean ending, no good spots. Just a lot of sloppy brawling, heel tactics, and referee incompetence. Savage just getting his ass kicked. Just terrible. It's frustrating to me because you say how great Savage talent is. I think I've watched more bad Savage matches than I have good. And by the way, this is the second match ever in Memphis that I've watched Savage in Memphis. Both matches of him that I've seen in Memphis have sucked. This was one of them. The other one was against Jerry Lawler. So I went 1 star. Absolute dog shit. It's curiosity for me how hardcore fans of early Randy Savage or early Street, maybe they like that, but this was painful for me to watch. I don't know how you can watch this match, yet shit over the Bob Backlund match based on how bad this match was. It was terrible. It was literally like 5 minutes of match. Most of it was stalling and Adrian Street just kicking and punching. It was fucking awful. So there you go. I'll let you go now.
I mean, I where can I begin? I don't.
How can you possibly think this is a good match? Are you fucking crazy?
This wasn't.
It's literally a bottom 5 match I've ever watched.
This wasn't a good. This wasn't a good match.
You told me it was good in our chat, you motherfucker.
I don't think I put in it that this match.
You did.
Was great.
I think you said something to the effect that it was a good match.
No, I said okay. Time out. I said I think.
Oh, see, I'm getting all angry for nothing.
No. I said I think I've seen this Street Savage map before. I think it's really good. I
thought you had already watched it. You said,
no, I think I saw another and it's probably because when I clicked on it and I looked at it and I saw like Miss Elizabeth doing the thing, I was like,
that was kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, but
cool.
she apparently she did that all the time with the show. Like she's the host of the show, so she comes on and does a thing.
And I thought that was kind of a nice little gem there. That was cool.
And I thought that's what it was that I watched. I think I watched another one of their matches that was on YouTube at one point.
Macho Man in the hat and the camera, that was a cool little piece of history there that you will never see again.
Yeah, no, after watching this, I was like, I don't think that this was the match that I've seen, but I have seen them wrestle before, and I remember it being good. And again, maybe I'm a little biased because I do love Randy Savage, and I do tend to think that everything he does is amazing, but This was not a good match. I will give you that much. It was not. I didn't like that. Adrian Street does look very sloppy, which is kind of sad because I know he is like at least a very proficient professional. So, I don't know, but maybe, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's not really much defense on this. I think it is. I think it's just an issue where, actually, now that I think of it, I think it's the tag match where it's Lanny and Randy against Adrian Street and over. I'm looking at the cage match. I'm trying to.
I think you're right. I think that's the one I might have seen. I would actually watch that match.
Yeah, I think
because I love. I mean, you and I both have a love for Eddie Gilbert. So
yeah, and I think that was the one that I watched. That I was like, and I think it opens with like Liz doing like a promo at the beginning.
Right.
But regardless, it's fine. I get it. It's not that good. And
it's just not that good.
No, and I'm a Savage apologist all the time. I whenever anybody talks shit about her, I'm like, please. I'm like, he's about her, about him. I'm like, please. But yeah, no. Look, dude. I just didn't like the other match. It's not that I'm saying. And
you think this match is better?
No, I wouldn't say. Right. No, okay. I'll be honest with you. I think both matches were bad. I mean,
Keith.
I'm sorry.
That first one, I don't know how you did not like that first one.
Right,
I'm seriously struggling. I don't get it.
Agree to disagree, I guess. We'll just have to agree to disagree. And it's not that I don't like limb work. I've told you I've defended you on the limb work. I like it. I don't mind mat work. I don't mind those old school style of matches where it's just to me.
I should ask Chad Campbell what he thought of that match because next to me, I think he's the big limb work guy. I wonder what he would have thought of that match, just out of curiosity. He probably has it ranked because he has a big spreadsheet. So
if you want, he probably knows. And if you want to tell me and he comes back and he says it was a 5-star match and you tell me to go fuck myself, then fine, whatever.
When we get done recording tonight, I'll drop it in that wrestling. Hey, Chad, what's your opinion on this match? I'd love to know. So
all right.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Keith. It was not a good episode for you.
You don't have to, it's fine. Dude, it's fucking wrestling. We're talking about wrestling for a half an hour.
We take this very seriously.
Yeah, but like, what are we supposed to cry? We were talking wrestling for half an hour, and one of them is about one of my favorites of all time, and apparently one of your favorites of all time. So
I wouldn't say Bob Backlund's a favorite of all time of mine. I will say I have grown to enjoy his matches. How's that?
Okay, sure.
I've seen more good Backlund matches than I've seen bad.
Okay.
And I would say I'd probably see more bad Savage matches than I've seen good. That's not trying to be mean. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe that's not true. I think Savage has some really good matches. That's probably not true.
I think the difference, I think that one of the reasons, and I can say this, I think I can say this to you. I think one of the reasons that you don't like Savage as much is that you don't like that 3 to 5 minute work rate kind of thing, which I feel Savage has perfected the television style of wrestling, and you don't always love that. Like, you like a longer match.
I think I think the thing for me with Savage, and I'm not trying to be funny, I think when he has long matches, he's the one that takes the most of the offense, and it's so long.
You pointed out to me once that he does the lot of the, like, not face in peril, but
the guy is a master stroke of selling. You know what I mean? Yeah. He really is.
And that's a thing that, you're right. And you're right. He does take a lot of he sells a lot because it's just how he is. And it can backfire on him. So,
but anyway, I do like Savage, but anyway. All right. So good episode. Like I said, I enjoyed one of the matches, the other one, a complete, utter piece of garbage. All right, so that'll end our episode of 25.5. Next episode, Hands of Z26. I haven't picked what that's going to be yet. We'll worry about that later. These are airing in April, and we recorded them early, so I haven't gone and checked what we're going to do for... I don't know how you're going to top Hands of Z25 with that fucking Battle Royal, but we'll figure it out. So, Keith, anything you would like to plug before we go?
Please listen to everything that we do here on the Backbone Wrestling Network, everything that's on North-South Connection, Place to Be Nation, GFA Live with me and Petey Winston, my own show, Alakat with Keithy. I mean, a lot of good stuff that we're doing here. So, and just to let you know, none of us are getting paid for any of this. So we're doing this all on our own dime, on our own time. And, but we do it because we love it and we love all of you. So please listen to everything we do and comment, like, and subscribe. Like, we love getting comments and stuff. So, if you're going to do it, you can do comments on Podbean. You can do comments on Apple Podcasts. So let us know.
All right. So Keith said it all. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll see you on the next episode of Hands of Z number 26.
a door down with one hand behind my back. I can crush a grizzly till its bones begin to crack. I eat a dozen T-bones for my early morning snack. So imagine what I could do to you. I could tear a telephone directory in two. Bending iron bars is something else that I can do. I always pick my teeth with the nearest billiard cue. So imagine what I could do to you. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. You know if you resisted, you just wouldn't stand a chance. I can knock a hole right through a solid concrete wall. I can pull a tree out by its roots, and that's not all. Now you know about me, you don't need a crystal ball to tell you just what I could do to you. I thought of something already. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. And you know if you resisted, you just wouldn't stand a chance. I can crush a house brick with one movement of my hand, and laugh while I reduce it to a dusty heap of sand. I got a splendid figure when I make my chest expand. So imagine what I could do to you. Nice.